You think you know how rich people think, but you don't. And that's the first reason you're still broke. Because what you call ambition, they call baseline. What you call discipline, they call survival. What you call working hard, they call it warming up. You've been fed lies, sugar-coated garbage sold as truth. Manifest and wait. Dream big and the universe will deliver. Bullshit. The universe doesn't deliver to dreamers. It delivers to doers. And every day you don't act, someone hungrier, sharper, more obsessed just took your spot. Let's tear down your fantasy. The real rich don't spend their mornings visualizing yachts. They spend them devouring books, making brutal decisions, and investing in skills the world will pay anything for. You scroll, you compare, you consume, and then you wonder why nothing changes. You're not broke because you're unlucky. You're broke because your habits scream poverty. You want to know how they think? They think in moves. Every action, a calculated investment. Every hour, a resource to weaponize. They don't kill time. They butcher it for profit. When Napoleon Hill wrote about definiteness of purpose, he wasn't being poetic. He was drawing a line in the sand. Either you run your mind with militant precision, or the world runs it for you. And right now, you're not in charge. Here's the brutal truth. Rich people think in systems, not outcomes. While you're fantasizing about your first million, they're building infrastructure to make 10. You focus on events, they obsess over patterns. You get excited by inspiration, they get addicted to execution. Take 5 minutes to analyze your last week. How many hours did you spend building your future versus feeding your fears? Be honest. Track it. You'll find your poverty in your browser history, in your screen time, in your hesitation. The rich think differently because they feel differently. They don't crave comfort. They crave control. And not over others. Over themselves, their impulses, their attention, their state of mind. You think freedom is doing whatever you want. They know freedom is doing what must be done, even when you don't want to. Let me show you a ritual they live by. It's simple, ruthless, effective. Start your day by killing weakness. That means a cold shower when your body begs for warmth. It means no phone until 2 hours of work are done. It means a notebook, not TikTok. And here's the rule. If it's uncomfortable, it's your new discipline. Why? Because comfort is the death of performance. And you've been living in a coffin lined with soft pillows. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you reinforce a subconscious message. I am not built for greatness. And your brain believes it. Not anymore. This is your mental detox. This is episode 2 of your protocol. And if you don't take it seriously, if you don't bleed for your growth, just turn this off now. This isn't for tourists. This is for the few who are ready to kill the version of themselves that's been quietly sabotaging everything. You're not here to be inspired. You're here to be rebuilt. You say you want success, but let's be honest. Your actions are allergic to success. You talk big, you dream loud, but when the alarm rings, you negotiate with it like a coward. Do you know what that means? You fear discomfort more than you desire wealth. And as long as that's true, you'll stay exactly where you are. Let me break it down. Success isn't a mystery. It's a protocol. And you're violating every part of it. Let's go deeper. Napoleon Hill spoke about the power of definiteness of purpose. He said it separates those who build empires from those who scroll endlessly through theirs. What's your purpose? Don't say freedom. That's vague, weak, unusable. A man without a clear purpose is just a leaf in the wind, tossed, lost, forgotten. Right now, your mind is cluttered with noise, notifications, gossip, panic news, useless trends. You don't need more motivation. You need detox, mental detox, emotional detox. And that starts with subtraction, not addition. Cut the noise. Silence the background, or you'll never hear your own voice, your own mission. Let me guess. You've downloaded productivity apps, watched goal-setting videos. Maybe you've even written some affirmations. But none of that matters if your identity doesn't change. Because behavior always follows identity. You want to become rich? Then start with becoming someone worthy of wealth. And that begins with self-command. Command your mornings. That means you wake up before the sun and claim the day before it claims you. Command your consumption. That means you don't eat like garbage, scroll like a child, or entertain junk designed to distract. Command your words. No more soft language. No more, I hope, I wish, I'll try. Replace that with I will. Still with me? Good. Because here's the painful truth. Most people watching this won't make it. They'll nod, agree, feel a surge, and then go right back to sleepwalking through life. But if you're still here, maybe, just maybe, you're different. So let me give you something the lazy ones will never hear. Napoleon Hill taught the law of autosuggestion. Your thoughts repeated become your beliefs. Your beliefs become your reality. That means every complaint, every excuse, every whispered doubt is a spell you cast on your own future. Stop it. Today. From this moment on, your mouth becomes a weapon of creation. Every word must be filtered through power, through certainty, through intention. That includes the words you speak to yourself, especially those. So here's your next ritual. Every night, before bed, you repeat your mission in past tense, not I will become. Say, I became a man of action. I built my wealth. I dominated every day. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. It only knows what it's told repeatedly. Let's go deeper. Ask yourself this. If someone followed you for 24 hours and copied everything you did, your routines, your language, your focus, would they become successful or stuck like you? This is the mirror test. It's brutal and it's honest. Now let's trigger the next level. Every day for the next 7 days, I want you to document one power ritual. Something painful, something that rewires your discipline. That could be a cold shower, a 30-minute run, a strict fast. I don't care what it is, as long as it forces you to conquer your comfort. Post it online. Say nothing. Just tag it. Bleed for my future. Because rituals create identity, and identity rewrites destiny. Napoleon Hill also said, self-discipline begins with the mastery of your thoughts. Not your schedule, not your budget, your thoughts. And that's why most people fail. They think behavior comes first. But behavior is downstream from belief. So what do you believe right now? That you're stuck? That you're unlucky? That it's too late? Every time you feed that belief, you multiply it. Time for the purge. Delete the apps that own your attention. Block the accounts that pollute your mind. And if your friends aren't building with you, they're breaking you. Period. This is the war of identity. And the next battle is internal. You think you're logical. You think you're making decisions based on facts. But let me expose the truth. You're not driven by logic. You're driven by your programming. That mental software you didn't install. That was coded into you by school, by broke parents, by a society built to keep you exactly where you are, average. That's why the rich seem like aliens to you. You don't understand them because you were never taught to think like them. But I'm here to rewire you, or break you trying. Let me show you something. Napoleon Hill taught, imagination is the workshop of the mind. So while poor minds were taught to memorize, rich minds were trained to create. You were rewarded in school for repeating answers, not for questioning the rules. The rich were trained differently. They didn't ask, what's the right answer? They asked, who wrote the question and how do I rewrite it? You were taught to obey. They were taught to manipulate the system. You were taught to save money. They were taught to multiply it. You were taught that mistakes are bad. They were taught that mistakes are tuition. See the pattern? This is why you work hard and stay poor. Because your beliefs are in direct conflict with wealth. You think discipline is suffering. You think selling is manipulation. You think investing is gambling. But the rich, they think the exact opposite. They love discipline because it builds control. They sell because it creates influence. They invest because it multiplies time. Same actions, different meaning. And if you don't change the meaning, you'll never change the result. So here's a mental rewiring protocol. Write this down. Every time you feel fear when making a decision, that's a signal to act, not retreat. Fear isn't a warning, it's a compass. It's pointing toward your edge, and your edge is where growth lives. Rich minds don't run from fear. They chase it, they feed on it. You want proof? Look around. Look at the ones rising while you're stuck. They didn't have a better start, they had a better frame. Life hit them too. They just hit back. While you paused to think, they acted. While you researched, they risked. And now they're living what you're still visualizing. Here's what you've got to understand. Wealth isn't money, it's identity. A rich man doesn't become rich when he gets money. He becomes rich the moment he decides no one else will ever own his time again. That's the real currency. Time ownership. When you start thinking like that, everything changes. Want to think like the rich? Here's your new inner script. No one owes me anything. Every second is my responsibility. Every result is my reflection. Every failure is my teacher. Every excuse is my enemy. Repeat it every morning. Why? Because Napoleon Hill's law of autosuggestion demands repetition. Not to feel good, but to burn the truth into your nervous system. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your standards. So raise your standards, and your life will follow. Let me go deeper. Your circle is suffocating you. If the people around you aren't thinking big, they're thinking small for you. If they mock your ambition, it's because your hunger exposes their laziness. And if you don't have friends pushing you, challenging you, threatening your mediocrity, then you don't have friends. You have anchors. Cut them. I know it's hard. I know it's lonely. But so is losing. So is regret. So is waking up at 60 and realizing you lived a forgettable life. That pain is permanent. This pain, this growth, it's temporary, and it builds something unshakable. Discomfort is the cost of transformation. Here's the challenge for this week. 7 days. No mindless scrolling, no fast dopamine, no entertainment unless it teaches you something. You wake up, speak your identity aloud, and execute like your life depends on it. Because it does. You say you want wealth. Good. Then build the habits that generate it. You say you want respect. Then speak and walk like a man who commands it. You say you want freedom. Then stop acting like a slave to your comfort zone. No one is coming to rescue you. That fantasy, kill it. Rescue yourself. The protocol has begun. And if you stay consistent, the next time someone says, "How did you do it?" you'll look them dead in the eyes and say, "I rewired everything." Let me ask you something brutal. What do you actually do with your day? No, really. Break it down, hour by hour. You'll see the truth. Your time is bleeding and your future is dying from the wound. Because if your calendar isn't built like a battlefield, with strategy, priority, discipline, then you're not building a life. You're rehearsing regret. Your routine is either your weapon or your poison. And most of you, you're poisoned. You wake up with no plan. You react instead of attack. You drown in the shallow pool of easy tasks, notifications, and distractions. That's not a life. That's a slow digital suicide. You are outsourcing your destiny to algorithms, trends, and scrolling thumbs. And you wonder why you're still broke. Let me hit you with a hard truth Napoleon Hill never sugarcoated. Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow what should have been done the day before yesterday. That habit has become your personality. You've worn it like a second skin, and it's time to tear it off. Here's what you need to understand right now. The universe doesn't reward potential. It rewards movement, not talent, not intentions, not passion. Movement. And if you're not moving, you're decaying. So here's your next exercise. Build a war plan, not a to-do list, a war plan. Step 1. Choose your non-negotiables. These are the 3 actions that move the needle. Not busy work, not fluff. We're talking income-generating, health-building, character-forging habits. You don't go to sleep until those 3 are done. Every day, without exception. Step 2. Assign time, not tasks. Most people write down what they need to do. Champions assign when they'll do it. From 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. gym. From 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. journaling. From 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. deep work. Treat time like real estate. You don't let squatters live in your mind. Step 3. Set a daily pain target. That's right, pain. Because if your day doesn't contain something difficult, uncomfortable, or exhausting, then you didn't grow. You stayed safe. And safety is the slowest form of death. Still here? Good. Let's go deeper. Every time you say, "I'm tired," replace it with, "I'm undisciplined." Every time you say, "I'm too busy," replace it with, "I have no priorities." Every time you say, "I don't feel like it," replace it with, "I'm controlled by emotion, not mission." Rewire the language, rebuild the mind, rewrite the identity. Because this episode isn't about giving you knowledge, it's about warping your reality, forcing you to see the gap between who you say you are and how you actually live. And listen carefully. There will be days when it feels like nothing is working. You'll feel stuck, small, insignificant. But that's the threshold, the wall, the resistance that tries to keep you mediocre. When you hit that wall, don't retreat. That's the door. Kick it open. And here's your ritual for the next 24 hours. You will carry a notebook. You will write the words, "I am the architect of my wealth," at the top of every page. And every hour on the hour, you will stop, reflect, and write down one action you took that aligns with your future self. Not your current one, your future self. Why? Because repetition is how we reprogram. And identity is built through documented proof. Your notebook becomes your battle log. Your hours become your ammunition. Your routine becomes your revenge. Hill said, "A goal is a dream with a deadline." Your day must be filled with deadlines. Micro goals, micro wins, micro sufferings. Stack those and you become invincible. Let me be brutally clear. If you're not tracking it, you're not improving it. That includes your time, your energy, your focus. Most of you are flying blind, hoping your life magically lands on purpose. It won't. Pilots don't guess. Commanders don't hope. They execute. So let me ask you this. Where is your time going? Who is stealing your hours? What meaningless habits are draining your life force? Audit, cut, replace. From this moment on, you don't just wake up. You launch. You don't just plan. You deploy. You don't just try. You train. You are no longer allowed to live passively. Not after this. This is war. And your calendar is your map to victory or defeat. You're still watching this because something in you refuses to die quietly. But here's where it gets dangerous. Because now we go into the part most people run from. Radical responsibility. Not motivational fluff. Not inspiration porn. Brutal, bloody accountability. And here's the first cut. Your results are your reflection. Not your dreams. Not your potential. Your results. Look at your bank account, your daily routine, your physical energy, your environment. That's the scoreboard, not your vision board. Harsh? Good. Because we're not building comfort here. We're building a mind that earns millions. And to do that, you have to get rid of the one belief that's keeping you broke. The lie that success is about luck, timing, or talent. It's not. It's about protocol, discipline, obsession, repetition, sacrifice. Napoleon Hill made this clear in every line of Think and Grow Rich. He didn't write, "Think and wait for luck." He wrote, "Burn your ships." He wrote, "Desire backed by faith." And faith isn't about hope. Faith is repetition, obsession, ritual. So here's your ritual now. Every morning, before your phone, before your coffee, you will stand in front of the mirror and speak this out loud. I am the cause. I am the cure. I am the problem. I am the solution. You will say it with force. You will say it until your reflection starts to believe you. Because guess what? The world believes your reflection. And right now, your reflection is soft, timid, untrained. You want millions? Show me your rituals. Show me your calendar. Show me what you do when no one is watching. This is the moment most people unsubscribe. They don't want this version of truth. They want dopamine. They want fantasy. They want someone to say, "You're enough," while they're drowning in excuses. Not here. Not in this protocol. You want to be in the 1%? Then stop thinking like the 99%. Stop seeking comfort. Start seeking confrontation. Self-confrontation. You want more money? Wake up earlier. Show up stronger. Speak with conviction. Cut the time wasters. Remove the kind of mindset. You don't kind of want it. You either want it like oxygen, or you don't get it at all. You still think success is glamorous. It's not. It's lonely. It's quiet. It's painful. It's training when you're tired. It's discipline when no one claps. It's choosing pain now over pain later. Pain of discipline or pain of regret. Those are your only two options. And let's get one thing straight. You are not your past, but you are your patterns. If you repeat what broke you, you'll stay broken. If you protect what limits you, you'll stay limited. So stop defending your mediocrity. Kill it. Replace it. Hill talked about the mastermind. Surrounding yourself with minds that force you to grow. Who's in your circle? Who challenges you? Or is everyone just comfortable? If they don't push you, they don't belong. If they drain you, they don't deserve you. You want a practical step right now? Create a daily war plan, not a to-do list, a war plan. 3 battles you will win today, no matter what. 1 physical, 1 mental, 1 financial, every single day. Track it, win it, repeat it, because you don't need more information. You need execution, obsession, with action. Hill said, action is the real measure of intelligence. So measure yourself right now. How smart have your actions been? Still watching? Good. You're bleeding already. That's proof you're alive. But now comes the choice. Turn this pain into power, or into pity. That decision defines your legacy. The next block will challenge you to your core. Prepare yourself, because the war isn't over. It's just beginning. You've been warned, you've been called, and now you're being tested. This is the final gate. The moment when everything you heard has to become everything you live. No more theories, no more nodding your head in agreement while staying exactly the same. This is war, and it's either your old self that dies today, or your dreams. This is where 99% turn back. Because the pain of change is too much. Because being average is too easy. Because discipline sounds good in videos, but hurts in the dark. But if you're hearing this, it means you didn't click away. You didn't swipe past. You stayed. And that means something inside you is louder than your excuses. So here's what happens now. You make a pact. Not with me. Not with Napoleon Hill. With yourself. You draw a line. Today is the last day you act like the version of you that loses. From this moment on, everything you do must align with the Millionaire Mind Protocol. 1. Wake before weakness wakes. Your alarm isn't a suggestion, it's a command. Get up while the world sleeps. Move before your mind has time to negotiate. 2. Consume like a king. Feed your body with discipline. Feed your mind with strategy. If it doesn't build you, block it. If it doesn't serve your mission, eliminate it. 3. Speak with dominance. No more soft talk, no more I'll try. From now on, it's I do, I create, I dominate. 4. Execute without delay. You don't wait for permission. You don't wait for motivation. You act relentlessly. Because action is what separates the kings from the crowd. 5. Own the result, all of it. No more blaming, no more pointing. If you win, it's you. If you lose, it's you. Because that level of ownership creates a new world. Now here's the ritual, the test, the anchor. Tonight, before you sleep, you'll stand in front of your mirror. You'll look yourself dead in the eyes, and you'll ask, did I honor the protocol today? If the answer is yes, you earn your rest. If the answer is no, you stay up 1 hour more. Studying, building, suffering with purpose. Because we don't sleep peacefully when we live shamefully. And every morning, before your first word, you speak. I am the author of my wealth. I am the execution of my legacy. Say it with force, with spine, until your soul believes. And one more thing. If you want to lead, if you want to change others, it starts with domination of self. You are not just a man. You are a system, a walking ritual, a force of decision. You are a protocol in motion. So don't just watch this video. Become it. Let every second of it echo in your decisions. And if you're ready to rise to the next level, declare it now. Right here. In the comments. I obey the protocol. I bleed for my future. Then hit subscribe. This channel is not entertainment. It's reprogramming. It's war against weakness. And it's just beginning. If this hit you, if this activated something in your spirit, share this. Someone else needs this fire. And you just became the spark. Remember, comfort is the enemy. Delay is the disease. And you are the cure. Welcome to the protocol. Now move.